All right, so let's see if the audio is okay. All right, so let's see if yeah, perfect. The audio is fine. The video quality is on point as well. Yep. This means that we are ready to start this session. How are y'all doing? Welcome to this session. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're having a good day and a good week. And I'm looking forward to have this session with you all to do the watch list analysis. And then we're going to do a Q&A as well. And I think why not we'll do a crypto market update as well to see how the Bitcoin chart looks like. After, of course, the watch list analysis. The watch list analysis is the main thing, always. But yeah, before we start, as always, feel free to let me know in the live chat how you've been lately, what you've been up to. Basically, just a couple words about yourself. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. And afterwards, we'll jump right into it. Okay? And let's take a look at Forex Factory for news. Okay, so today we do have some CAD news, and tomorrow is the day with a lot of news. Tomorrow we'll have a lot of volatility, which is a good thing in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things will play out in this second part of the week, because the first part was pretty slow. Today I noticed a increase in terms of volatility, a bigger volume, which is exactly what we want, because yesterday and Monday the volume was extremely low, and that's why we didn't really have much action going on. But yeah, I think we'll get right into it. But like I said, feel free to let me know in the live chat what you've been up to lately. Yesterday I played some football, and I think I caught a flu because of it. It was really cold outside, and now I'm feeling a bit ill, but hopefully it's not gonna be anything serious. But apart from that, on my end, things have been fine, just sticking to the schedule, and as always, having fun whilst doing so. And yeah, I guess we'll get right into it. Hey, Alex. Alex said, "Hey, Dan," in the live chat. Welcome to the session, Alex. Hope you're doing good. Before we start, though, as I always mentioned throughout the session, if there's any questions, please drop them in the live chat. Okay, every 1 or 2 minutes, I am checking the live chat out and see if you guys have any questions or unclarities. So do not hesitate, ask away. All right. Now let's start off with the blue pairs. The blue pairs are the current active setups, and then we will go over the green pairs as well. The green pairs are the potential upcoming setups. Okay. So starting off with the blue pairs, we have AUD CAD that is currently running in some drawdown as we speak. This the entry on this pair has been triggered, and the reason we took this setup is very simple. I saw a bullish shift in momentum. I saw a fake out to the downside. This was a liquidity sweep, followed by a aggressive move towards the upside. Okay, this break of structure right here towards the upside that then formed this good looking bullish range. Afterwards, I was able to identify this fair value gap that was lining up perfectly with the point of interest. And lastly, the pullback was also a corrective one. So definitely a valid setup, this one on AUD CAD. Now we just need to wait and see how it will play out. Next up, we have GBP CAD. This one is a sell limit. Reason I took it is pretty simple. I saw this textbook break towards the downside caused by this bearish leg. After that, I identified this unmitigated supply that, as we can see, is lining up with the area of interest, which is exactly what we want. And then we can all agree that the pullback was also corrective. Okay, this to me doesn't look like an aggressive pullback. And as we can see here, price rejected from the premium area of the bearish range, which shows us that there's still a lot of bearish pressure in the markets, which is exactly what we want. Now, this setup is still valid. If it will continue to head lower and break this low here, then it will become invalid. But for now, it is still a valid setup, this sell limit on GBP CAD. Next up, we have NAS 100 with a bullish opportunity. This pair has been pretty bullish for the past couple weeks. Definitely clear to see that. And right here, we have a break towards the upside, a unmitigated demand that is lining up with the area of interest, and also a corrective pullback. We all know that our final confluence is a corrective pullback. If we don't get a corrective pullback, we will not take the setup. Okay, but in this case, I think we can all agree that this was a very nice and corrective pullback. We can see it took price 2 candles to travel from the low to the high. And then for the pullback, it took price how many candles? 4 candles. Okay, so this shows us once again that we have a very nice and corrective pullback. Hence why this setup is valid. And now we just need to wait and see if it will trigger. And if it will, then we'll just wait and see how it will play out. Okay, and now I'm gonna go over the green pairs, which are the potential upcoming setups, starting off with Euro JBP. Marco said, hey man, hey Marco, welcome to the session, brother. Hope you're doing good. Back to what I was saying, I will go over the green pairs now. Okay, the potential upcoming setups, starting off with Euro JBP, where we have a bearish opportunity. Okay, right here we have this aggressive move towards the downside. We have this unmitigated supply lining up with the area of interest, and now we need to wait for our final confirmation. Okay, we need to wait for a corrective pullback. If we get a corrective pullback, we will take this setup. It is that simple. Odd USD is looking bearish as well. However, it seems that price wants to head lower. If this candlestick closes like this, then I will most likely look for a new range, because this one won't be valid anymore. Okay, but for now, the reason I took this this potential setup, the reason I marked it, is because I saw that the pair was overall bearish. And right here we have a continuation of that bearish trend. We have this aggressive move towards the downside. We have this unmitigated supply lining up with the area of interest, and also the pullback was very nice and corrective as well. But now the price seems to go lower. The price wants to head lower, and if that's the case, then this setup will become invalid if this candlestick will close like this. Odd NZD coming up next. This pair is looking pretty bullish in my opinion. We had this aggressive move towards the upside that left imbalance behind. We can see we have this beautiful fair value gap lining up perfectly with the point of interest. Liquidity was swept beforehand as well with this fake out towards the downside. And lastly, we can see that we do have a corrective pullback as well, which is exactly what we want. We want a corrective pullback as our final confirmation. And now I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the price to head a bit lower. If the price will head a bit lower towards the 50 area on the fib, that's when I will send this setup. Okay, but it is definitely looking promising. Next up, we have NZD CAD that is looking bearish. We had a bearish opportunity here, but if this candlestick will close like this, the setup will become invalid, because it seems that the price wants to head lower, and if that's the case, we'll just recalibrate. Okay, but for now, the reason I took this setup in consideration in the first place is this. I saw this aggressive move. Okay, I saw this unmitigated supply lining up with the area of interest. I also saw that liquidity was swept beforehand with this small fake out towards the upside. And lastly, check the pullback. A very nice and corrective pullback. This would have been a very nice setup, but I think it already made its run. It rejected from the premium area and went lower. Okay, sometimes this is the case, right? It misses our potential entry by a tiny bit and then it goes straight to the downside. But it's all good. We'll have plenty of other setups. EuroCAD is looking bearish as well. We have a textbook break towards the downside over here. After that, I was able to identify this unmitigated supply that, as we can see, is lining up with the area of interest. And now on this pair, we would like to wait for a corrective pullback for our final confirmation. Euro AUD is also looking bearish. Okay, we have this aggressive move towards the downside. Imbalance was left behind once again. We have this unmitigated supply lining up perfectly with the area of interest, and to be fair, we do have a very nice and corrective pullback as well. And if the price will continue to head higher above the 50% level on the fib, I will definitely take this setup. Okay, Euro JPY coming up next. Things look bullish over here. We can see we have this bullish momentum that kicked in the market and pushed the price higher through the roof. Okay, which is great because we are trading with the overall trend. Okay, this pair has been bullish for the past couple weeks. And after this break, I was able to identify this unmitigated demand that is lining up with the point of interest. And now we need to wait once again for our final confirmation. USD CAD is coming up next. This pair is looking extremely bullish. And of course, we are trading with the trend. Right here, we have a potential buy limit. Okay, we have this aggressive move, this fair value gap lining up with the point of interest. And so far, to be fair, this looks like a corrective pullback to me. If we manage to get a continuation of this towards our entry, we will definitely take it. CHF JPY is also looking extremely bullish. We have this aggressive move, very aggressive move, in fact. We have this fair value gap lining up with the point of interest, and same story as on USD CAD. We now need to wait for a corrective pullback. Okay, OJPY is also looking bullish. Okay, we have this aggressive move towards the upside. It broke several highs. This bullish leg right here broke one high, second high, third high. It broke 3 highs, which is a great added confluence. Okay, so this move right here broke 3 highs, went higher, and also left imbalance behind. We have this unmitigated demand level lining up with the point of interest, and now we need to wait for our final confirmation for a corrective pullback towards our area of interest. CAD JPY is also looking bullish, pretty similar to OJPY. It broke multiple highs. It broke this high as well as this one, and also this major high here. Okay, that's great. A really good confluence. And now we just need to wait for it to pull back and see how it will pull back. And of course, we also have this unmitigated demand lining up with the point of interest. We always need to look for imbalance around the point of interest, around the area of interest, because no matter how good the market structure break looks like, if there is no imbalance, then there is no setup. USD JPY looking pretty similar as well. Aggressive move, unmitigated demand lining up with the point of interest, and in this case, liquidity was swept beforehand as well, right here, with this small fake out towards the downside. And now, of course, we are waiting for our final confirmation. Gold is also looking bullish. Pretty safe to say that it's been bullish for quite some time. Okay, and right here we have a continuation of that. We have a aggressive move, a unmitigated demand lining up with the area of interest, and now we just need to wait. We just need to wait and see how gold will pull back. Okay, NZD/USD is looking bearish. This one looks like it wants to head lower, and if it will close here, if this candlestick will close like this, then this markup will probably become invalid. However, for now, it is still valid, okay, because we don't know how this candlestick will close. And the reason I took this range is very simple. Overall, I saw that this pair was bearish, and after that, I saw a continuation of that bearish trend with this bearish breakout structure right here. After that, I was also able to identify this very beautiful fair value gap. The reason I call it beautiful is because it is lining up perfectly with the point of interest. And lastly, we can see that the pullback has been pretty corrective so far. I mean, it looks like it wants to head lower, so the bearish pressure is still on. All right. Euro USD with another bearish opportunity. The dollar has been pretty strong lately. Right here we can see that as well. This pair has been very bearish for the past couple weeks. And right here we have once again a continuation of that bearish trend. We have this very textbook break towards the downside. We have this unmitigated supply lining up with the point of interest. And now we need to wait for a corrective pullback, basically for our final confirmation. If we get that, we will take the setup. And lastly, we have USD CHF. This pair has been bullish. The dollar is strong. Okay, we can see very bullish for the past couple weeks. Very nice price action. And right here, we have a continuation of that. We have a aggressive break. We have a unmitigated demand lining up with the point of interest. And now we need to wait for a corrective pullback. All right. And yeah, this pretty much concludes the watchlist analysis. We went over the blue pairs as well as the green pairs. As I always mention, there's no point to go over the orange pairs because the orange pairs are basically the pairs that are that have no potential upcoming setup, and there's no point for us to waste any time in going over these pairs. So yeah, let me know if everything was clear when it comes to the watchlist analysis. Let me know if you guys have any questions or unclarities about it. Okay, let me know in the live chat. And in the meantime, let me open the Bitcoin chart so that we'll do a quick crypto market update. Okay. But yeah, once again, let me know about the watchlist analysis if everything was clear, or if you guys have any questions on it. All right, so it looks like it respected one of our scenarios, the Bitcoin chart. It rejected from the 69K level. Let me quickly delete these drawings. And of course, before I start the crypto market update, bear in mind that I only do this crypto market update for fun, just to see where the market is at. And the reason I do it on Bitcoin is because we all know that if Bitcoin moves aggressively to the up or downside, all the other coins will follow as well. Okay, and I personally invest in crypto long term. I don't actively trade it like I trade Forex, but I invest in crypto long term, in coins like Ethereum, Chainlink, coins like that, those type of coins. So yeah, and of course, take my opinion on the market with a grain of salt, because my predictions might be wrong. That's really fun. Hello everyone, I just found Dan 40 minutes ago and now seeing him live. Hope everyone is well, just here learning. That's really cool, brother. Hope you're doing good as well. That's a funny message. I'm really happy to see it. And yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it. If you just joined the session, and if you weren't able to watch the first part where I do the watchlist analysis, feel free to rewatch it, because after I end the session, you will be able to fully rewatch it whenever you want. Okay? So yeah, now when it comes to the crypto market update, from here, we are at a pretty important level. From here, we could reject and head higher, possibly above 70K. Okay? Or if we will break below this level, maybe we will retest it and head towards 60K. These would be the two main predictions in my opinion. And of course, the third one would be a consolidation, but this one isn't really likely because there's good volatility in the market and I don't really see why the price will stagnate. Okay, so this is my view on the Bitcoin chart. But once again, take it with a grain of salt. And now back to our watchlist pairs. Once again, let me know if everything was clear about the watchlist analysis. And now I think we will be able to start the Q&A. And I will also drop a message in the group that we are starting the Q&A in case some people will join specifically for this to ask some questions. So yeah, one sec, let me drop the message in the group. And of course, in the meantime, if you do have any questions for the Q&A, drop them in the live chat. Okay? The questions can be trading related, they can be about psychology, they can be off topic as well, pretty much whatever you want. Just feel free to ask me anything you want. Let me drink some water. Okay. So let's see. What do you think about the silver bullet strategy? Well, it's definitely a good strategy to use, but you need to have the time for it. You need to have the time for it because you need to spend some time on the chart on the lower time frames, and you also need to be very careful because it's not easy to trade the lower time frame. The lower time frames, everything moves a lot faster, and there's a lot of people that struggle with that. Okay, and it's hard when it comes to the psychology aspect as well, but it can definitely be a good strategy. However, I would recommend backtesting it first, demo testing it, and only then taking it to a live account. Will it go lower since I know the market said they paused yesterday? Excuse me, since I am just learning. What would go lower? What are you talking about? If you could mention that, that would be great. Because I don't know what you're talking about. You mean Nasdaq? If Nasdaq will go lower or something else? Let me know about what you were talking about. Demand? You mean the demand level on Nasdaq? This is what you mean? The demand level on Nasdaq is my point of interest, basically. This unmitigated demand level. And yes, I do think that the price has a high chance to head towards it, trigger our entry, and then head higher. This is my prediction for Nasdaq. But of course, we just need to wait now to see how it will play out. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's any other questions for the Q&A. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes to see if there's any questions. And if not, we will end this session right here. And as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, if you joined this session late and you weren't able to watch the to see the watch list analysis as well, after we end the session, I would highly recommend you to rewatch it fully so that you will be able to watch the analysis as well, the market update. Okay, this is what I would recommend. All right, so I'm gonna wait one more minute to see if there's any other questions for the Q&A. And if there won't be, then we will end this session right here. And of course, as I always mention, till the next session, you can always feel free to reach out to me privately if you have any questions or unclarities. Okay? Thank you, I will watch it. I'm just starting both and learning. You're welcome. And sure, take it easy, one step at a time. No need to rush. All right, so it seems that there's no other questions for the Q&A, which is perfectly fine. Once again, feel free to rewatch this session in your free time if you haven't watched it fully. And in your free time, you could also consider watching some of the previous sessions that we had from the past weeks, okay? Because they're also valuable. You will see how I analyze the markets, and maybe some of the questions that were asked in the Q&A were questions that you needed clarification on as well. So I would highly recommend you guys to do that in your free time. And yeah, Marco said, thank you, man. See you next time. You're welcome, brother. And definitely, see you next time. And until then, I want to wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your week, and take care.